Ace game, ace game, ace game. This is what I like. Because all the pressure is on. Whoever wins this map advances into the semi-finals. They guarantee themselves a minimum 75 euros of prize money. The loser walks away with nothing. Spawning to the south as the yellow Zerg player. Representing Alien Invasion, we have Golden. His opponent to the north, the green Protoss, representing ESC, JackO. Congratulations to JackO bringing back this series to make it 1-1. It's awesome times. If he's done that, we get the ace game, why we're here, and it makes us all very happy. At least it should. Waiting to see whether Golden can bring it back, or whether JackO can use the fact that he won that last game to springboard himself in confidence to take the ace and move on. The winner of this game is going to be in a semi-final up against Elza. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bracket, MMA has made it through to the semi-final, where he's going to be playing up against either Stardust or Dana. That's going to be an amazing semi-final as well. Keeping a close eye on exactly what these few are planning. Looks like Golden going to be mixing things up. He's gone hatch first. May actually go hatch pull. Hasn't been afraid to do that previously. Felt confident that he can defend it and that he can take it. Game number 1 was actually where we did go hatch pull and utilised that build up against a very scary JackO, who took a gold base for his natural and went 5 gates worth of Zeta production. Word on cue, third hatch comes down. Note the early drone scout from Golden as well, making sure that JackO wasn't going to do anything too sneaky. And that's smart, because you want to make sure that you're not getting rushed or anything if you're going for this sort of build, because hatch pull is only really viable if your opponent has gone for a gateway expand. Important thing to note is, just as we saw in game 1, JackO has again only taken the one assimilator. That means that an aggressive mass Zeta play is still possible. So it's going to be probably Golden keeping a close eye on if and when that second gas is taken, so he can appropriately time a Roach Warren to know what he's going to be up against. JackO expanding here. He's getting our Stalker, going to be trying to punish this Overlord. Interestingly, the Overlord escaping out to the right, but turning tail. Going to have to be a little bit careful here. Of course, keeping an eye out to see whether it's a Stalker or if it was a Sentry coming through. And that's actually quite a big difference. If it's 50 additional gas to get the Sentry, and gives you some insight to what your opponent might be doing. The Overlord going to be able to escape, so no losses there. And Golden, with his 3 hatches up, going to be droning fairly heavily. Should get gas in order to start speed up nice and quick, which he's doing. Whether he keeps the drones in gas after that, no, he's not going to. Going to instead look to maximize his mineral income, get as many drones pumped as he can as quickly as he can. So he's still just got the 1 gas from JackO, but he's got the robotics facility down exceptionally early. Exciting to see what he's going to do with that, because it can be a lot of very different things. With the 2 additional gateways coming through, this could just be a really fast tech up. It could be some kind of an immortal play, could be drop play. Gonna wait to see exactly what comes out of this first. It's gonna be some drop play. War Prism on its way. This is gonna be a sentry drop into the main, force field off the ramp, most likely. And that's cool. Spore Crawlers are coming down, however, but they're not too much of a threat to the War Prism. They'll obviously just deposit its units here, so the sentries can get the force fields off. And the Overlord going to struggle to actually make it through here, if JackO wants to stop it. If he puts a Stalk around here, there's no way it's getting scouted easily. So JackO now moving forward with his Mothership Core, adding in some Immortals, so it may actually be a double Immortal drop, which is a really nice way to pick off some drones. Not quite as aggressive as the Sentry drop into the main, but alright to put off. Golden, with his Overlord though, placed to the north of his third. Going to get advanced warning of that War Prism coming through, but with a lot more gateways coming down, this is going to be a mass Zealot play. Decent number, of Zerglings here. Warp Gate tech is not yet finished. Emergency wall-off's gonna have to come through. The Stalker goes down, but there's a gap, and that means the Zerglings come through. This is a massive problem for JackO. The fact there's a gap there means he doesn't have anything to defend with. Warp Gate tech not being done doesn't allow any room for a fast warp-in of additional Zealots to defend this, and so probes have been slaughtered. 12 probes die. Over a third of the workers for JackO are now dead. They're in little probey heaven. And that really shuts down this play. JackO doesn't have enough income to support this many gateways, even for Zealot production. And the Zerglings are still here. They're still delaying things. A massive lead for Golden is materializing. And he's even going to run some of these Zerglings back home to tell the tale. They're going to be bounding around with glee. Second Immortal coming through though, and JackO really has to get a good counter-attack through. If this game just continues with both players playing normally, problems will occur, because Golden has just got a huge lead. It's that simple. And he knows that he's got a good lead. He knows what's coming, roughly. Well, he doesn't know exactly what's coming because he didn't get into the main base, but he knows that there's a decent number of gateways down here, and that any kind of play will revolve around this third. So he's got a good number of spine crawlers. He's got roaches coming through. He's just putting up a solid defense to make sure that he cannot lose to anything flat. This is a big problem for JackO. He has to make this work, but with such a lot of resources being pumped into defenses, he's going to struggle to make it work. A couple of Zealots coming through. This is a very strong composition, but it's hitting later than JackO really would have wanted. And with so many links, so many roaches here, it is hard to make it work. Time Warp being used, the Immortal's getting some good damage down, racking up a fair few kills, specifically onto these roaches. Spine Crawlers being repositioned just to bolster the defense to the north. And we're just seeing more and more units get pumped through here. JackO frantically trying to get some kind of foothold outside the third base, but with so many units coming down here for Golden, he's just applying pressure of his own while still keeping an ample amount of forces back in order to defend. Zealots getting taken out. Zerglings coming around the back. They want to engage on those Immortals to take down the hardened shields. Quick snipe off of one Immortal. One gets lifted, but Zerglings and Roaches in the natural base. GG is called, and Golden advances forward into the semi-finals.